First of all, congrats. It's really a gift, not only because of the content, but the links produced between the script, everything. It's great. It's a real piece that we thank you. I thank you.
Thank you.
Is it you that make, or I see a team that make the videos in between the photographers?
Yeah, so I filmed all the interviews in a 10-day span. I went to New York in 2018, first time in New York City, pretty overwhelming for somebody from Hawaii. And I did all in 10 days, except Michael Ernest Sweet, the ball guy, and there's one more I forget, but it was busy, just back to back days, and I really didn't find the story of the documentary until I started editing everything. So I just knew I had to get the meat of it, which are the interviews. And after I filmed the interviews and started editing it back home, I realized I have so much more to piece together. So um, we hired some video people to film that, and who's that? Wester Westerbeck, Colin. Uh, we did a Zoom interview. That was before the pandemic, ahead of my time. We did a Zoom interview for him because he's in LA. Um, yeah,
Because it's not only the quality of the video photography, but the psychology that links with uh, every photographer.
yeah.
Congratulations.
I definitely, as I was editing the film, just sequencing out, I needed to come to a conclusion. Okay, what is this film about? Like, am I just gonna compile interviews, or so? For me personally, I like connecting the past, present, and future into one thing. So that's kind of how I approached it, to give somebody that's totally new to street photography just a good basic education on what it is, and just help tie it all together.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
¿Hay alguien? Sí, aquí no veo. Acá.
Tim,
Uh,
first thing, it's a beautiful documentary. It's amazing, very inspiring. Congratulations. And I wanted to ask you, what do you think that it's the thing that the first question is why New York, and the second would be what is the thing that you want us to take from this documentary from what we just saw?
the initial idea was to do one photographer per country. That was the initial idea, but of course, this is coming out of my pocket. It was not feasible. So at first I was like, New York, it's been done, right? There's everybody street, but it's still the mecca of street photography till today. Like, people still want to go to New York just to do street photography. And to do an updated version or current version can still reach a lot of people. As far as what I want people to get out of this, I think each individual story, it can resonate with somebody. You know, there's eight short vignettes in there that hopefully one of them resonates with you. To me, when I was trying to piece together the the subjects, I was more interested in the backstory than the photographs, because the backstory, that's going to give me that and why they shoot or how they shoot. The photographs is just, it's very subjective, right? So to me, it's what their backstory is. So I reached out to a good amount of photographers and just did preliminary questionnaires, and I didn't want to overlap similar stories or similar photographic styles. Um, yeah.
So, Tim, when are you going to make another one?
I wish, I wish. I think if I collab with somebody, because this one took a huge toll on me.
Yeah.
Just uh, just starting it off myself, and then it got to. I don't know if you guys are aware, but I did a Kickstarter for this to fund the rest of the film, and I didn't want to reach to that point because I don't like asking for money. But as I kept editing this and the story kept expanding, I surrendered. I surrendered. Um, I would like to do another one, but I think I would need to collab with somebody.
Yeah.
Maybe you.
Maybe. I mean, as the whole previous discussion was about, street photography has changed a lot since then. So it would probably be a valuable thing to do to look at those changes, maybe.
Yeah,
In
for
a-
sure.
in a way. Thank you. And it's great. I've seen it before, and I'd love to.
Thank you.
I love seeing it sort of over and over again. So thank you for creating it.
This is the first time I mean, it's screened other places, but this is the first time I'm actually physically somewhere where it's screening, and of all places, Mexico, so it's pretty cool. Because I released this during, it was bad timing. I released this during the pandemic, so I was supposed to kind of do a mini tour, but pandemic hit and it was just all Zoom. So it's cool to, like 5 years later, to be here physically with you guys and have this screen. And I was watching like the first 10 minutes. I had to step out because I was watching it and I noticed some things I would have made better. So I just had to step out. Can't watch it.
Hi, team. Well, congrats for this. We have seen these eight incredible stories. So maybe I think that I want to know about your story, how street photography comes into your life.
So my background is in video. I went to school for video production, and I did a small internship in Chicago, and the fellow intern was telling me, hey, you got to check out this work of this lady. Her name is Vivian Meyer, because his friend was John Maloof, if you guys never seen Finding Vivian Meyer, he's the director for Finding Vivian Meyer. So you guys should go check that movie out. But he just showed me the website. So John Maloof is the director of the film, but he buys auctions or like the storage units that go off for auctions. It's kind of common in the US. And he had boxes of negatives. And he started to scan it and made a website and it got traction. So my fellow intern showed me the website and I just was mesmerized. This was in 2010. And I just remember the feeling of I'm in Chicago. Like it was really inspiring because I'm in Chicago. These photos were taken in Chicago. Like I have my camera. I can do this. This looks easy. So the next day I go with my camera, with a giant DSLR, and it was hard as hell. All my images were blurry, not composed well, and I think from that point on, I had a greater appreciation and respect for it because of how difficult it was. So this was before social media, before Facebook groups and Instagram, and I think it was really destiny for me to be introduced to street photography in that way because I know a lot of people get introduced to the genre via Instagram. And for me, me personally, I rarely get inspired by seeing something on Instagram. You know, I rarely see something and I take an action where I click or I do something, you know. So I think if I wasn't introduced in that way, and maybe I saw street photography via Instagram, I probably wouldn't have dwelled into the genre. And yeah, so I returned back home and started doing street photography in Hawaii because in Hawaii it's not common practice for street photography. A lot of people do surf, landscape is very popular. Street photography is pretty much unknown, so it was a great opportunity for me too to kind of differentiate myself with my other friends. And yeah, it still excites me to this day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. My mouth gets dry fast with the microphone.
I'm going to take the liberty of making a last question for you. Colin Westerbeck may be the greatest scholar on street photography. Maybe he has something interesting to say. I would enjoy a lot an interview with him. He has been the only scholar to review Susan Sontag.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah, he's made multiple books. Bystander is the popular one. I was lucky to get connected with Colin. Just to have that person with academic scholar in the film really helped solidify or elevated the film. Melissa O'Shaughnessy connected me with him, and then we did a Zoom interview, and yeah, that guy can talk for days about street photography.
Well, thank you, Tim.
Thank you, guys.
Vamos a entregarles un pequeño regalo de agradecimiento para ti.
The
Por amor a la fotografía.
Mexico Street Photo